in an anechoic room, and you have the right signals from the loudspeakers. The brain gets the same signal as really in another room. You get very nice illusion. If you do it in a smaller room, your brain says, oh, just 2 minutes ago I heard somebody speaking and I heard all the reflections. I know the setup of the room.
This is part of the motivation, is trying to get a handle on the economics of healthcare. And so part of that is to change actually a great number of things, but the government's trying to motivate some change in a few areas. So if you think of healthcare, there's the outcomes, you know, how well are people treated? I mean, what is their actual health outcome?
My topic is technical standards in the electronic industry. More specific, I will talk about patents relating to technical standards. And the provocative question of this talk is, do you no longer own your invention?
Same technology, but negative covert surveillance, again fueling the privacy debate. So just as much as we can put an aircraft up in the sky that provides an overview of an accident scene or a crime scene, you know, that technology is easily and readily available for someone to put it up over someone's backyard and you know, invade people's privacy, or try to fly it over a sporting event, and there's been instances where...
Now we can go on. The model I showed you is going to these pictures that I got from a Dutch colleague, and I still remember that my brother was playing with his electric train, and he used to play with his train on Saturdays in Germany, on Saturdays between 5 and 7 in the evening.
And this is how the concept of microgrids has been started. In blue line, you can see that we have some parts that are working basically on AC, but more and more we have electronics, like here in this conference. A lot of these electronics equipment are working on DC. We have also PV panels, which naturally are working on DC, batteries which are not naturally working on DC, and more loads working on DC.
If you're an engineer, I'm sure that you measure it. If you look on him walking, it's probably 34.9 centimeters. With the right foot, and with the left foot, it's 39.7, okay? And that's very consistent, that is tolerant, you know, plus minus 0.1.
Land Rover, brand new article yesterday, has devised systems that can see around corners, like the tractor trailer truck in front of it, or see things behind it, and certainly see through, you know, fog and other things that Volvo has become famous for. So you can see the impossible with today's consumer electronics.
There is this Future Directions Committee, which is has representatives from all of these technical societies and councils and things of that sort. And they meet at least a couple times a year, and oftentimes more on the phone. And they're looking at various, actually as Lee described, this thing's been around for about 5 years. And there's people, I've been representing the Consumer Electronics Society in this committee, and they've got a number of initiatives that they've been doing over the years. And they actually have funding to, these are larger programs.
Seeing influences what we are hearing. So we see him talk and we hear, at least depending on country, it doesn't work for everybody the same way, but in a lot of cases people hear the different syllables when they have the eyes closed compared to when they have them opened.
As you all know, the video compression goal is to efficiently condense the visual data, right? and to minimize the loss of the quality due to the compression. Why we need to compress the video? We would like to reduce the storage, of course, and to reduce the transmission delivery bitrate. If you look at the usual HD video, the encoded rate can be some kind of 600 megabits per second.
Are we maybe in Europe trying to regulate too much, and we'll eventually get to the point where, you know, devices and systems are so complex we can't actually manage the regulation of them by trying to protect against every eventuality?
I think well, everybody needs to find his or her own answer working in this field, and the answer might be different from the technical perspective and from the legal perspective and also from what you're used to. So because, well, I studied German law and then I grew up in this European product law, and I think it's a marvelous system.
So I built a system where before the systems were manual, so there's people in booths there and they had to take them, manually count and give you the coins, and often mistakes were made. I built a fully electronic system, so all they did is press a button, they hold a cup underneath and you got the change. If you wanted $5 change, you got $5 worth of tokens or $10 worth and so on. You brought the tokens back, we could count them, we could know how much money to give you back.
I can have a device sitting on my nail, doing something in my heart, in my legs, on my pet.
And never ever able to help you or even help the medicine that you need for your own kids.
Mm-hmm. But you just look on the positive sides. You get good information, you also get bad information.
Well, yeah.
And you can get bad ideas and bad interactions, so it works both ways.
Peter, you're smiling.
I can't get it out of my head, so I have to say it. The scene in that movie Demolition Man, I don't know if you've seen it, Sylvester Stallone. And so she comes in to Sylvester Stallone, she says, "You want to have sex?" And he's there going, "Yeah." And then she comes back in with these two VR headsets.